If you're a trend trader, you're going to love this next video where we talk about Heiken candles. Now, there's two types of candlesticks. Actually, there's many types of candlesticks. The most common being the Japanese candlestick over here on the right. These are your typical Japanese candlesticks, a hollow candle for up, a solid or red candle for down, and sometimes you'll see them with different colors in different formats, but this is generally the way you see typical candlestick formations. And candlestick formations can be very telling. Watch our video on candlesticks if you want to find out a little bit more, but just to get an idea, here is a doji candle. A doji candle is where there's no winner between the sellers and the buyers. Or a hammer candle that looks kind of like this, which shows you that there's a major reversal going on if it's at key points. But let's talk a little bit more about trend trading. If you're a trend trader, you want to be able to spot the pattern on the screen before the trend begins, or when the trend is underway and early in that trend. And the Heiken candlestick will allow you to do that. We have the Heiken here on the left and the typical Japanese candlestick on the right. And you'll notice a couple of differences. Let me help you point them out. First of all, going into the close yesterday, we had a lot of higher highs and higher lows. And then opening today, we had a big gap up, which just shows you in this one big green candlestick. And by the way, Heiken candlesticks are different from the Japanese in that they are an average depiction of a candle. So what the open, high, low, close is over here on the Japanese candlestick, they take it and make a formula out of it. They add the open, the high, the low, and the close all together, and they divide it by 4, and you get this depiction, which the idea is to identify trends better. And you'll see, hopefully, that we think it does. And I swear by these candlesticks. They help me a lot in my trend trading. So you have 3 candlesticks going up toward the end of the day, one big gap up this morning, which is basically confirmation of yesterday's move, and then you'll see 13 or 14 bars all in a row, which shows you that that stock continued to move up. Over on the Japanese candlestick side, you still see those 3 upward moves, but there's no real consistency to the size. And that's not a bad thing. It's just, it is. And then today you see a gap. Now there's no gap depiction here, but this really tells you there's some strength, is the way we look at that gap up. And that gap up continued to go up almost until about noontime, and then at noontime we had a reversal. Now you can see a reversal using an engulfing candle here. It's almost an engulfing candle. And you can also see it over here on the Heiken. We see that it's a little bit clearer over here. Here you got a lower high, not a lower low yet. Then you got one candlestick. Aggressive traders would make their move on this candlestick. More conservative traders would wait for the confirmation candlestick to go ahead and get short or make their reversal move. So you can see the difference here. And if you had stayed short this the rest of the day, you would have seen that it never got back up to those highs the rest of the day. It just shows us the trend a little bit clearer. You see that? Let's take a look at a couple more. Now, Apple here at the end of the day closed up 30 cents. And you can see that there's no real clear trend. You've got little tiny short bodies on all these candles. We have 3 in a row here, but you don't see a lot of trends. And over here, you're seeing all kinds of jagged stuff as well. It just depends on what you like to see. And once you get used to these, I can tell you, you're probably going to get a good idea of where the trend is taking you. Obviously, it doesn't always work, but we think they work pretty well. Look at GoPro. Look at the trend that GoPro had, and it was a pretty consistent trend all day long. And the Japanese candlesticks don't show that consistent of a trend. You know, they have a couple of little bodies in here which would have given you some doubt, and you know, this doji candle might have scared you out because you might have thought it was going to reverse to the upside when in fact it continued to just go down. And I'll just show you a few other stocks here. For example, is Tesla. Tesla was down most of the day, if I remember right, today, and you can see there's a long trend here, a reversal trend here, which you might have gotten involved in. We like to trade in the same direction of the opening trade, and since Tesla was down, we would like to be on the short side of this stock. And you can see the other one here on the right. Just a couple more so you can get an idea of how Heiken candlesticks look different from the Japanese. Here is Intuitive Surgical, pretty much up the entire day, up $9.37. And if you had traded in the direction of the opening trade, you would have been able to hopefully catch on to one or both of these trends up and might have gotten out on this reversal candle or the confirm after that. And let's see, what else? How about Facebook? And you can see there was a little bit up and then a solid trend down for most of the rest of the day. Hopefully you'll see the benefit of Heiken ashi candles in your trading and you'll start to use them if you like them. Thanks.